Hi there and welcome to the EWC. Today we'll be looking at an incredible watch from Seiko, one of their recent releases, the Seiko Presage SPB167. The Seiko Presage line is known for creating classy dress pieces with a slight twist. They are known for their elegant dials and intricate patterns on those dials. And so from the photos, this piece looks stunning, but I can't wait to see it in person. This specific model is retailing at around 1,250 Canadian dollars at the moment, but I believe you can get them at lower prices, perhaps on sales, as well as if you buy pre-owned. However, it does trade at the higher end of Seiko's line, so I'm a little bit excited to see what Seiko can pack into one of these watches. Let's get right to it.
First, let's have a look at the Seiko Presage Sharp Edge series as a whole. Here we are on Seiko's website, and as you can see, there are two different watches in this series. We have a classic version, which is the one we have in for review today, as well as a GMT version, which looks quite nice as well. The concept behind the Sharp Edge series is similar to that behind the entire Seiko Presage series, to demonstrate and express different elements of Japanese artistry through unique dial and case finishes. The design behind this specific case is to include many flat surfaces as well as the name suggests, edges in order to create this multi-dimensional effect. The dial pattern is known as a Japanese asanoha or hemp leaf pattern, which is a significant type of pattern in Japanese culture. It's what gives that dial such a stunning look. Seiko offers 5 different dial colors. We have a blue, a white, a green, a brown, and a black. And I'll scroll down to show you these colors on the watches. Here they all are. As you can see, all of them are quite nice. My personal favorite is this blue that we have in for review today. If you want to buy these, the price is around 1,250 Canadian dollars, whereas the price in the US is around $1,000, and these are retail prices. So if you can buy them on the secondary market, you may be able to find a better bargain as well. One thing I would like to note is I had quite a bit of trouble finding these for sale at the time of recording this video, and so they seem to be in quite high demand. You may need to do some hunting in order to find one if you really like this watch.
Here we are with the Seiko Presage reference number SPB167J. Something interesting about that reference number is the J at the end stands for Japan. And so this watch was made in Japan as opposed to watches with reference numbers ending with K, those made in Malaysia. So we know that this one comes straight from Japan. It's probably got some great quality, but let's open the box and have a look for ourselves. Okay. There we go, a standard Seiko rectangular box. And there it is. The Seiko Presage. Wow. I've got it in some bubble wrap here, so I'll take that out. Here's the rest of the box. We have some mechanical watch instructions for the 6R35 movement inside the watch, and the standard worldwide guarantee and instructions. Let's put the box off to the side and get to the watch. Alright, let's dig in. There it is. Wow, that is an incredible dial. We can see that stunning texture that Seiko is so famous for. With the Presage line, we always get these incredible dials with great attention to detail and amazing colors as well. That is absolutely mesmerizing. Let's get it off the cushion and get it running. Alright. Alright. Here it is. Wow. There's that 6R35 movement in the back. I'm going to give it a shake.
And there it goes. Very, very nice piece. This bracelet feels very nice as well. And the case has some great angles to it, almost reminiscent of the samurai. And there's the second hand ticking away. Let's try the hand winding as well. Hand winding is very, very smooth and very easy to operate. I quite like it. I'm still captured by that dial. Wow, that is a nice pattern. It's sure to catch the light and definitely a conversation piece. Let's try the crown operation. So first position, we have the quick set date, works well. And second position, there's the time, moving nicely, and we have a hacking movement as well. We have a signed Seiko crown with that Seiko S, a very nice touch, but something you would expect at this price range. The bracelet feels quite nice. It seems to integrate nicely, but let's get it on wrist and find out how it wears. It's a little big for me right now, but well, that is a nice watch on wrist. It's on the slightly bigger side, but of course we do want to accentuate that dial. So it makes a whole lot of sense that we have lots of room on our wrist to show that off. Very nice bracelet. I think personally I would try it out on a few other straps too. Maybe a nice leather strap. Let's dress it up. Alright, let's get it back off. And there we go. Definitely a stunning piece. I also just noticed that the date wheel is even color matched. So that is a good touch by Seiko. Yes, very, very nice piece. Alright, let's take it back.
This watch really does have some amazing features. Most prominently, that mesmerizing dial. That blue is a stunning shade, and that pattern makes me want to stare at it all day. It is definitely a conversation piece and definitely the most unique item that I have had in my collection in a long time. Another great strength is that case. The angular design really fits my wrist very nicely, and I've always been a fan of such geometric designs. Last and most certainly not least is that 6R35 movement. It boasts some great specs, not to mention an 80-hour power reserve, which means that this watch has a great inside mechanism. Now, let's take a look at more of these specs in detail.
So I've gotten the chance to wear this watch around for a bit, and I've gotten a pretty good idea of what it's all about. Let's run through the dimensions really quickly. Here are my digital calipers. 39mm case diameter. 47mm lug to lug. And 11.5mm case height. We have a rather unusual 19mm lug width, which means you might have some trouble finding perfectly fitting straps, but you could always use 18 and leave a gap or squeeze a 20. Alright, let's have a look at the dial. We have the applied Seiko logo at the top, Presage automatic printed at the bottom. In the small text down there, we have Japan, 6R35, and really small there, we can see OOMOR52. I'm not really sure what that means. If you know, please do let me know down in the comments. We have sapphire crystal, which is a great addition to this watch. It is what you would expect at the price range though. Inside here we have that 6R35 movement as mentioned on the dial. This is 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour. It has automatic winding as well as hand winding and hacking. A great movement by Seiko. Very, very smooth winding. And those are the amazing specifications of this Seiko watch. There are a few negatives that I would like to show you on this watch. The first being, as you have probably noticed throughout this review, the polished case does attract a lot of prints. So you can see some of the prints that have accumulated over the time that I've been handling this watch. I'm not too sure why that is. I have other high polished watches and they don't attract nearly as many prints as this one. Perhaps it's a coating or some sort of finish. I'm not sure. That might bother you. It bothers me a bit, but you could always clean it off really nicely with just a microfiber cloth or even your shirt. The biggest negative for me is the bracelet. If you'll notice, the integration is not perfect. The bracelet leaves a little bit of extra on the case, and so that does point out that Seiko has either cut corners on the bracelet or neglected to fill in that gap. Again, it's not a very big thing. It could bother some people. It bothers me a little bit, but it doesn't necessarily have to. Also with the bracelet, you'll notice here, we only have 2 levels of micro adjust, which may be enough for most people, but for that perfect fit, it might not be possible with only 2 levels. But those are really all the complaints I have about this watch. It's a very, very stunning piece, and I can almost forgive all of those for that stunning dial that it features.
All in all, this piece offers some amazing value at its price point. I cannot stress enough how much I am mesmerized by that dial. Seiko really did an amazing job with this work of art. But then again, Seiko is known for their incredible detail in their dials. Overall, while this piece does have a few shortcomings, I think its strengths far outweigh those shortcomings. And for this price point, you'll be getting an amazing watch should you choose to make this purchase. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think about this watch down in the comments, especially if you have handled one or own one. Tell me all about it. Alright, I look forward to what watches I'll review in the future, and you should too. Stay tuned.
Thank you very much for watching the Everyday Watch Collector. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel to help others find our videos as well. It really means a lot to me personally and goes a long way to helping the channel grow. Cheers.